Snap is quickly becoming the new and better version of Productor for Amazon Merch, and it's just had a major update where they've added bulk upload automation, which I can't even believe I'm saying that for a free Chrome extension. But let me quickly go over the updates. So besides the automation feature right here, which I'll show you a complete tutorial for in this video, we also now have scalable color swatches, which might sound confusing, but I'll show you what that means later. Then you can transfer your design to the front pocket in the print area at the click of just one button, which is really cool. Then we also have adaptive compression, which means if you have a design that is above the file size limit, Snap will automatically compress that design and lower the file size without it losing any quality, which is really cool because sometimes AI designs might have too high of a file size. And they've also adjusted their pricing presets for the new Amazon Merch price caps. So in case this is your first time hearing about Snap, you're really confused, you're thinking, what the hell is this? Well, it's a free Chrome extension, like I said, and the creator Nemo is also in my Discord server sharing updates and taking feedback requests, etc. And I'll have a link to this page right here in the description where you can easily add it to your browser, and then you can follow along with this tutorial. And Nemo's also now working on another feature for the future that will make it easier to report copycats. And if you've ever had to go through that process, it is quite tedious, time consuming. So anything that makes that process a lot smoother would be absolutely amazing. So on your Amazon Merch account, you need to head to the Create page, and then you should see some purple buttons and additions to your interface. That is essentially Snap's kind of shortcut buttons. What you should also see is the Snap Bulk Upload button in the bottom right corner right here. If you don't see it for some reason, this happens to some people if you've already had the extension installed previously, maybe you can't see the update yet. A quick trick, just right click on the screen, go to Inspect, then click on these little arrows right here, and then go to Application, Local Storage, select Merch by Amazon, and then clear the values right there. And then you can close out of this, refresh your page, and it should reset everything back to the default, and you should see Snap right here on your page. Also remember that trick, if anything goes wrong with the bulk uploader, like I've had it a few times where I wasn't able to actually click on start automation, even though I had like files selected and everything. When I clicked it, nothing happened. In that case, you can just quickly refresh or clear the local storage, and that should fix things. And generally that trick also helps you if you have the whole text not found issue, or if your design's unloading. That one is always a good one to try. And before I go into some of these features that you're seeing and probably wondering about right here, all of these buttons that have been added, I want to explain the Snap Bulk Uploader, because that's probably the biggest addition, and it also takes a few minutes to get used to. It is quite a lot of settings right here, but don't worry, it only, it takes you a few attempts, a bit of playing around with it, and you'll know how to use this in no time. Nemo has basically developed a way to upload up to 50 designs right here in bulk, and without you having to really do anything other than set up these initial settings right here. So let me show you which files I'm going to use for this. So I've got a bunch of dog designs right here, and the files, just ignore the fact that they're Christmas themed. I just couldn't find any other ones that are non-Christmas themed quick enough. But if you see right here, the file names are all the actual name of the breed, and that's done intentionally to help us out with the listing in a second here. You don't have to do that, but it's a trick worth remembering. Sometimes having the file names according to the niche or how you want the title to be, or something you want to be part of the title on your Amazon Merch listing, is a good practice. So if I want to upload these, I have to just select all of them and then drag and drop them right here into the upload tray, and then it takes a few seconds to import them. Now, the next steps is deciding what we want right here in terms of the clothing products. You've got an option for the print area. So do you want the print to be on the front, on the back? Do you want it to be sort of a small pocket-sized print, which actually with these designs right here with the dogs would make sense, it would be worth trying. And you can also do back and pocket. So if you want both the front pocket style and the back print at once, you can also choose that right here from the settings. Then you got the same option for hoodies. So if you like to have your hoodies on the back, you can change that. Zip hoodie, same idea. And then the colors. Now, if this is on skip, what it essentially do is it will use the colors that are in your Amazon Merch template. So you know how you can save your settings at the bottom of the page as a template? Well, that's what's going to get used unless you choose one of these presets right here by Snap. So you can choose dark colors, which would make sense in my case, or light colors, or just all colors in total. Those are some presets that it has, but if you're just looking for some very specific colors, then you might want to use the skip function right here. Prices, kind of the same thing. If you skip them, they will be what's in your template, but you can also use the default prices by Amazon Merch. You can use a suggested price, which I believe that is something that Nemo has just predefined. For example, for the tumbler, the suggested price that most people would probably recommend is $20.99. And yeah, even though I'm talking about clothing, we have the same right here for tumblers. You also have suggested prices. Then the market average is another option that you have, and then we can set it to max price as well. So you just have to decide what you want right here. I would just say probably go with the suggested price in most cases, unless you have something very specific in mind, then you can skip and set it yourself in the template. Then the scalable products, we can select right here whether we want it to skip the whole sort of resizing process and just use the default, or do you want it to use a specific scaling? You can choose 100, 85, 75. I found that 65 tends to work best for my design files. It might be different for you. We'd have to test this. But yeah, that tends to cover most of the print area without having anything cut off, at least in my case. Or you can also select pattern right here, where it will create automatically a repeating pattern for you in the background and use that on all of those all over print products. That's what it means with scalable products right here. It means the phone case, the pop socket. It's also referring to the pillowcases, for example, the tote bag, all that stuff. Colors, once again, you can choose something right here, but in this case, we are only choosing one color, because remember, with the phone cases, there's not going to be multiple options. You just choose one background color, one color only. So you've got some presets right here again that you could choose from, or you could enter a custom hex code if you prefer. So I'm just going to choose black in this case. Prices, you can once again skip, use your own template, or we could say, for example, market average. Then Tumblr, this is a bit quicker, so you can do 2 sides or single side print. I would just recommend 2 sides. I would also choose the 85% scale, or maybe around 90% tends to be best, because sometimes at 100% the designs get cut off. Then we've got the colors, so I'm just going to choose dark colors in this case, and prices we'll set to suggested. And to explain the settings at the bottom, you always have to tick this box right here, otherwise the start automation feature gets grayed out. So you always choose this. Then we have save to draft. So if you would prefer to have this upload just to your draft section and you have the final say about publishing, then enable that setting. But if it's off, it will just go straight to publishing. You can also copy your English listing text to all of the other languages. That's kind of a way to get around the automated translation feature if you still want to upload to other markets. And we have text swap. Now this is really interesting, because if you place the word #snap anywhere in your listing, it's going to automatically fill in your file name. That's why I referred to it earlier. Your file name will be placed in the placeholder of #snap. So me, with these Christmas designs, I'll show you an example of how I would go about that with the title, and we can enable that right here. You don't have to use that, but that's about it with these settings. You also have some hints right here. For example, your designs will be uploaded with default settings if the product options are turned off. So if you want to, you can disable these sections right here, and then it will just use all the defaults. All designs will be converted to the right sizing, and don't minimize the window once you start the upload. You can have it running in the background and still do other stuff at the same time, but if you minimize the window or mess with the upload window in any way, then it might interfere or interrupt the actual upload. I would recommend, once you have your settings done right here, to click save and close, because then it will remember everything for the next time you go to upload. Now let me show you what to do with the listing, or an example for the snap feature. So I've created a quick just example listing so you understand how this works. So the title says cute Christmas #snap, which means that essentially all of these file names will be automatically inserted. So we'll have cute Christmas beagle, cute Christmas border collie, cute Christmas boxer, etc. And it does that anywhere in the listing. So if you have that in the feature bullet, it will do the same thing, which is super useful. Also means you can just have the entire title as #snap, and then you can name your file whatever you want the title to be in your listing, which is really cool. And then you just have to remember to save the settings at the bottom. Another quick tip is, if you go up and you go to select products, you essentially have to tell Snap which of these products you want to upload. It will choose the products that are enabled in your template. It will skip all the other ones. So if you want to upload to all marketplaces and all products, you would have to select them all right here, continue, and then save that in the publish settings. Let's go back to the Snap bulk upload window, which should still have the same settings. designs. Yes, there we go. By the way, there's also a link to a Facebook group right here, Merch Momentum. This goes to my Discord server where Nemo's also very active, and you can give him feedback, ask questions, etc. And Nemo now has a support sort of donations page, which is really cool. People have been asking for that for ages. So if you like his tool, click on this right here and buy him a coffee. And yeah, now what we can do is you can tick this box and then click Start Automation. It still has a file saved, and then it should open up and just start uploading your first design and then run through the sizing and pricing options. So let's just watch this for a sec here. You can also see a progress bar at the bottom where it says how many designs it's done so far, which product it's currently at, telling you to avoid interacting with this tab entirely to prevent the automation from failing. You can also see the name of the current design that's being processed. Now you can just basically watch it, or you can open a completely different window and do some of the work whilst this is running in the background, which is super cool. And then after a while, you could check back and it should show you that it's completed. So there we go. You can see it taking that design, putting it on the back as well. For the pop sockets, now it's changing the color to black for that product. It should do the same for the phone case, and it always resizes it to 65%. As you can see right here, that's what I set it to as like a custom instruction, which just about works right here with the print area. Well, the print area is all over print, but you know, it just about is with a little bit of space either side right there off the phone case. And that's basically it. You don't have to watch it do this stuff. It should run fairly smoothly. If there is any issues, this is literally, I'm recording this on day one, and you've probably seen this just within the first week of it launching. So it's free upload automation. I expect there to be some issues and inconsistencies still, but the fact that it already works, I've tested it, it can definitely do multiple images without failing, and that's absolutely amazing for a free Chrome extension. But let me show you some of the other features beside this automation that you also get. And meanwhile, it's just gone to a new tab right here, and it should now start with the second image. So I've got an image right here that is purposely too large. It's got 6,000 by 8,000 pixels in dimensions, and it's 160 megabytes in file size. Just for reference, these dog images are about 3 MB each, and previously that was a bit of a pain with, like, you know, oversized AI designs, because there's a limit of 25 MB right here on Amazon, so you would have to manually compress them, resize them. But now with Snap, what you can do is you can just drag and drop the file onto this field on the right hand side, and then it will say processing image. It might take a few seconds, especially if it's just as large as 160 megabyte, but then it should resize it to the right dimensions right here and also get it below 25 MB. Right, we've got a page unresponsive here. Let's just wait. There we go. That was literally about 20 seconds, and now it's uploading the resized version right here, which is a pretty neat time saver. Now, you've probably noticed these additional buttons. What you can do is you can click on light colors and then apply, and now it should run through and apply that light color template very quickly to all of your listings, which is super nice. There we are. Then in case you didn't know, they also have this Tumblr resizing feature. I've mentioned that before, but if you're new to Snap, you can also do two different sides if you wanted to, if you wanted a different front to the back. But the one that I've been using the most is two sides right here, where you can just click apply and upload, and then wait a few seconds. It will resize that, duplicate the image, and then there we go. Now we've got a Tumblr with double-sided print. Now this has been cut off slightly, so you could do that again, change it to maybe 75, apply and upload, and there we are. That looks a lot better. Another new feature that they've added with this completely new update or recent update is when you click into these scalable products, as Nemo calls them, the kind of home products essentially, you now have these color swatches, which is really nice, because previously you'd have to, you know, click in here, find a swatch or get a custom one. Now you have it all kind of intuitively like it is with the t-shirts, etc., and you can just quickly click on sky blue, for example, and there we have it. Or you can do gray or the pale pink, or you can even enter a custom hex code if you want to try that one. There we are. So now we've got a purple. You can also click on the color picker right here, choose a custom color, and you can also save colors as an additional swatch, which is super, super nice and intuitive. Same goes for the iPhones, tote bags, etc. And then you've got that resizing feature here as well for it to be automatically placed in the center at a different scale. Another super useful addition with this new update is the front pocket and back pocket preset right here. As you probably know, the zip hoodies, usually the design placement is not that great, like the default setting, and it's a pain to kind of resize this and mess around with it or have it put on the back. They already had the back feature right here to transfer it to the back at the click of a button, but now you can also do front pocket. So let me just preview that for you. So So there we go. That's really neat placement right there, and works without you having to do any of the resizing and replacing yourself. And we've got back and pocket. So let's do that as well. And here we are. Now we've got that as a back print and as the front pocket print. And you can do the same, obviously, with things like the hoodie. You could do it with the standard t-shirt as well if you wanted to. These options are there for all these products. And notice as well how it has these pricing buttons. So if you weren't sure in the bulk uploader, if you weren't sure what this means right here, default price, suggested price, market average, etc. If you want to know what that is, just click through the products and then, click on default right here, and it will change all of the prices very quickly. Or suggested, what does that actually mean? Well, it's going to change some of these right here to a different pricing. Average, same thing, and max price is really handy, especially with some of the products where they're kind of changing the caps or have been changing the caps and you can't remember what it is. Just click max price right here for the sweatshirt, and then it should change that all accordingly. And then what you can do as well, this is something that Producter was also very well known for and very well regarded for, but I'm not sure if it still works very well with Producter, is have color and pricing profiles over here. So if you click on this, you can change or save a custom profile. So you can create one, call it whatever you want. You could do light designs and high prices. You could do something like that. Click generate and save. And now it's essentially running through all of your products and it's saving the current settings that you have. So it's going to remember all of my colors and all of my prices. And then the next time I go to create a new listing, I can just load that template and I'll know this is for, having light products or designs that work on light backgrounds with all of the right pricing for my high pricing strategy, right? So that's really cool, very easy to use. Now you can find that template over here. And in order to run it and apply it to a new listing, if you've opened a new create tab, you just choose the profile right here and then hit execute action. It will run through and apply all of the saved data. So I think that's about all of the new updates. I probably missed something. There's so many cool additions, but nevertheless, also remember he has a donation page now, which I'll also leave a link to in the description. You can add a certain amount of coffees right here that you want to donate. You can also make it custom if you want to go nuts and show your appreciation for this free tool. You can just support him right here or join as a monthly supporter as well if you want to. And as I said, you can find Nemo in the server. We've got a Snap Amazon channel here actually, where he's posting about updates, kind of some tutorial screen shares right here, and people are also asking questions, giving him feedback, which is really neat. I'm really happy to have him in the community. I'm very amazed at the work that he's doing and how much he's already done with this tool, considering he only started when the tumblers became a thing, and tumblers haven't been a thing for that long, and there's already so many cool features, and Nemo is on his own. He doesn't have a team. He's doing all this work on his own, so really appreciate your work, Nemo. I hope you like this tool as well. Leave your feedback in the comments down below and join the server if you've got any questions. If you're struggling to find evergreen niches, I've got a video that I want to recommend to you from last year where I recorded a 1-hour niche research session together with Adam Young, who's a niche research expert. We find a bunch of niches in that video, but more importantly, we share our thought process, our approach, and some ideas as well in that video of how to target some of these niches, which I think will be highly insightful to you if that is a topic that you struggle with. And you can find that video and watch it by clicking right here.